Hey Logan. Alright, well, the time has finally come to go through the holds and do a setting here. Holds review. We're gonna do a holds review. We're gonna look at all the holds that we've gotten over the past month and a half, 2 months since we started the whole wall construction project. So we've got a decent collection now. I think we've got enough to like cover up the wall, enough to make it like kind of fun all the time. We got Escape. We got NICROS. We got Rocky Mountain Climbing Company, Rocky Mountain Climbing Holds. We got some dude in San Diego who makes them, like, I think in a garage. We got homemade stuff. And did I mention ATOMIK? No, I didn't. We got ATOMIK, and they're great too. And we got reviews of all of them, real quick looks at just some of the, what you'd be looking at if you picked up some. So check it out. Without further ado, let's go through the NICROS holds real quick, all right? NICROS. Okay, so I'm going to call them NICROS. They might be NICROS, but I'm going to call them NICROS. Minnesota company, and kind of on the pricey side. Really, really high-end stuff. I'd say they're probably like some of the best stuff out there, just based on like what I've priced out and seen online. I bought mine through Facebook. Someone was just getting rid of them, and they had like 20 holds that they were getting rid of for like $10 or something like that. Ridiculous deal. I had to drive like an hour, but I did it. Ended up with a lot of what I'd call jugs, like big ones that like are worthless on one way and like, really, really positive on the other way. All of the NICROS holds that I've got are super, variable in their geometry, so you can get a bunch of different holds just the way that you orient them. I think that's one of their really strong suits. They're also made out of like kind of almost like a concrete material, and most of them, it feels like it, but actually I think they're like a plastic, but it feels like a concrete, it looks like a concrete. And they also, a lot of them have a really strong retainer ring, some sort of like washer in it that makes them, reinforces the plastic. Really great, super positive when you set them the right way. Just really fun to climb on, and some of them can be, and if you set them the wrong way or you set them in a certain way, terribly hard. You get a lot for your money. You get like a lot of different like, changes of styles or difficulties with one hold from NICROS. So the price, probably worth it if you just want to buy some like really high-end holds as like, kind of centerpieces on your wall, or if on unlimited budget, I'd say, NICROS is definitely a strong option. What can I say about ATOMIK besides they are an awesome company that fulfills orders like instantaneously. Like before you even think about what you're ordering, it arrives at your doorstep. It's not quite that good, but like within like 2 or 3 days, every time I've ordered, it's there. They're also really good about like managing expectations. Like you can't actually buy on their site unless they're ready to place an order. At the time of like this, like they were open once a week for like an hour to take orders, and then like shut down and just work to make all those holds all week. And they even have tips on there for like how to get the holds faster. Just order the like general colors. Don't like ask for a specific color. Tips like that so that you get like the first batch rather than having to wait till the very end. They also have one of the best deals in climbing holds I think out there. Logan, you told me about this. Is the Foothold Friday. When we get back to normalcy, maybe they'll still do it. But they did this deal where they would like just give you like 10 footholds for like $5. For I think $10, I got all these footholds. And I think there's actually still a couple out here. And some of them are so big that they work as handholds. I've used them as handholds for most of the time that I've had them on my wall. And it's this huge bag arrived with bolts. So what a deal. And these are like a plastic that's got good texture and a washer inside to keep it like from digging through. So they're super durable, and they make great holds. I also got these slopers from them. These are my favorite holds on the wall. I love these slopers. I think they're just their sloper #1. They have so many different types of holds on there. If you go explore their website, they have just a million different varieties of slopers or crimps and pinches and whatever you want. So they have a couple different types of textures too. These slopers are kind of a coarse texture, which makes it almost even harder to get a grip on them. But this beauty here, this rail, and all these little golfus incuts are what they have as their texture #2. It is a very fine sandpaper texture, like 120 grit, and it's super smooth and like comfortable on your hands, but very, very grippy. It's like Velcro. It's really, really fun to climb on. It really works the calluses and makes them grow, but it also doesn't like hurt your hands. If you're looking to just build up your quantity, definitely look at ATOMIK. Super awesome, great deal. Probably, I think, the best deal in climbing out there in terms of a really reputable company that has really low priced holds. You just got to be there on like Wednesday at 5 p.m. to make your order. So let's go to the next one. Rocky Mountain Climbing Company. Now they have a hold style that's made out of like some sort of recycled concrete, and it looks like real rock, and it feels like real rock a little bit, like a smooth slate or basalt or something. It's really, really soft and easy on the fingers. Logan got a bunch of these screw-on holds, a couple extras, sent them my way. So these are pretty juggy, so they got really, really positive grips on one side, but if you flip them over, roll them over the other side, you got some different geometry on these as well. I think they've been pretty conscientious about putting different style of holds. I think it's pretty obviously one really good hold and then a bunch of really pretty lousy holds in a lot of cases. Even in any geometry, they're awesome feet. Feel really good on your fingers. They stay nice and cool. Like I don't know how to describe it, but they're always cold on the wall. So that's kind of a cool feature. They just feel good when you grab them. So it's easy on the fingers. Climb's pretty good. But pretty consistent like style and look to all of them. There's not a lot of variation. So if you're trying to vary up your wall a little bit, a few of these would be fun for different things, but a whole wall of these would probably be kind of monotonous, I would think. That's just my opinion. But they're great holds. Having a few of them up there is a good idea. Okay, you are desperate to fill up your wall. If you've just built a wall, you know that like just having a few holds doesn't make it fun. You need to have like something to grab onto and ways to stretch out your body. When you're looking for a lot of holds cheap, there is a place to go, and that is eBay. This eBay guy, I checked it out. It's like $70 for like 50 holds. They're pretty decent, okay? They don't have a washer inside of the T-nut hole, but in general, they're like these like really grippy in cuts. The geometry is really only kind of two-way. There's the grippy side, and then there's basically shit. When they arrive, they're a little smaller than you probably expect, because these spin. They spin a lot. You really got to cramp them down, and when you cramp them down, this plastic is softer than what ATOMIK uses, or Escape or any of these, but they wear it down. You can tell just they're a softer plastic. And all these I put in here, you can see the indentation of where the bolt, or even the flathead bolt was. But if you're looking just to like put a bunch of holes in the wall, that $50 50 holds deal on eBay, I think it's worth it. And it comes with a bunch of like foot buttons too. So I mean, you need footholds in the wall. You discover like right away you just need places to put your feet. So I highly recommend it in terms of just like getting something up there. Probably the cheapest way to get a bunch of holds. You're looking at like $1.50 per hold or something like that. So if you need quantity, like Napoleon said, there is quality and quantity. Blue holds from eBay. Worth it. Now we do Escape. Escape Climbing is another Minneapolis climbing company, and they are just on the border of northeast Minneapolis. What's great about them is I can go pick up my order when it's ready instead of having to wait for shipping, and I can save them the shipping money. They also have this awesome subscription deal. So you can pay for a subscription $35, $50, $75, $100 a month, and they will send you a set of climbing holds every month at a discount from what it would be if you bought them normally. And it's usually, they say it's like 20%, but every time I've gotten it's been more than that. It's a pretty good deal, and also you just like know that you've got these coming, and they're kind of like a centerpiece holds, all of them so far. So here's the first one. It was this. I got this before I even had a wall on the wall, and it is awesome. It is probably my favorite, the most like tent pole hold that I have. It's a big double Hueco kind of thing. I don't know. It's very positive in some ways. You can grab it from almost any angle. It's nice. It's like hand finished. These are awesome holds. Escape is like 4 companies in one. It's Fusion, Kingdom holds, Working Class, and Escape. And this is a Fusion hold. It has these little in cuts on it that have like a little bit of texture, but the rest is super smooth and almost like worthless, you know, for trying to get a foothold on. I'm really tempted to put this really low on the wall and just have to use this as a foothold. I also got these ledges. This is the second group that I got. I have 4 ledges. Logan gave me one because his wall is too steep to use it, and he couldn't even hold on to it at all, so he let me borrow it. But I love the hot pink also, sweet color. But these are just great, you know, standard ledges with, you know, incredibly like smooth. I think like Escape's thing might kind of be their like dual texture, and they have like an incredibly like super glossy, impossible to use finish, mated with this like kind of plasticky. You know, it's pretty easy on the hands, kind of builds up the calluses, but doesn't hurt at all. My most recent hold set is these jugs, and there's a bunch of them. It came with 8 different jugs. They all have like this incredible glossy texture on the back, makes them completely worthless for like, you know, any sort of like pushing off of. But then like this very, very grippy and deeply in-cut other side. Really excited to use these on the cave, just do some workout stuff. Escape, really scrappy underdog of the top class of climbing holds, I think. They make really high quality stuff, and you know, their prices are kind of like in the middle. I think they're not like the most expensive, but they're not the least. But the quality is really, really up there. They also have a washer in everything. Most of them have a screw hole that's pre-drilled and pre-countersunk for you. The finishing is just incredible on them compared with like, even with like, not to say anything bad about Atomic, but like even the finishing compared with Atomic, these are like you know, on another kind of level, and just every piece feels like it's a single crafted piece. The subscription thing is great, and you know, you can just expect something that's really special that'll set off a great route every month. So also they've got great hardware. That's where I get all my hardware from. Their prices are great for hardware, and they sell a bunch of it. So you can get your T-nuts and your bolts. They got a great bolt deal in terms of like getting a value pack of like several different sizes, and the prices are pretty darn good. So check them out for that. EscapeClimbing.com. Thank you for coming along, and you know, now we're gonna get them up on the wall and make a couple quick routes, because I can't like do all this talking about holds without actually getting to climb some. So we'll check you soon.